It's Taco Tuesday. Let's talk some plays. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with an MLB Prizepicks video. Didn't get the sweep yesterday. Had a good start in Atlanta. I talked about Olsen, hitting that ball in those big gaps at Colorado. He did that for a triple, cleared his, and Acuna, just a monster game yesterday. And yeah, they got to that bullpen early. So we'll talk about that a little bit when we talk about some plays today. And then, yeah, just Zach Gallen didn't get there. And it's like, man, I was just torn. It's like, I was on the fence with that. The strikeout projections were pretty tight. They are again today. There's nothing that I love. The lines have moved on a few of these here early doing this video. So we're not going to talk about any pitchers today. We're going to talk about some hitters, 3 plays that I like, and then one we're going to talk about that it's not going to be an official play, but very high variance. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of analysis that I did find. But hey, if you don't have that PrizePicks account, use that promo code CashCake and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. Hey, and if you want tools to help you make your decisions or just picks, we do picks. We have tools. We got the MLB Live tool. I'll show you that as well. That thing hit top play. I talked about it in nausea yesterday with Javier with the strikeouts. They never put that one up. However, he was number 1 on the MLB Live tool with pitches thrown in the first inning, and that hit easily. So it's one of the tools that we do love. Kind of show you that a little bit. But hey, I'll stop talking. Let's talk some plays. Let's get into it. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here. We're going to talk some plays. We're going to go back to the well on a few of these. It's just too good of a matchup again. But before we get into that, here was, again, top play in the MLB Live tool. Over 16.5 pitches, easily cleared it. I think he threw 26 or 27. One of my favorite tools that we have for MLB outside of the projection EV tool, which we'll pull up and show you that as well. Here's the projection EV tool that we do have up. If you notice, we put a few more up there. We do have some tools for Underdog, but we also threw the parlay play tools up there as well. So we have those projection EV as well. So again, you get all this. It's not broken out by site. As we continue to add to this, you're gonna get all these tools to help you out. But 4 PrizePick tools that we have, continuing to add to it. And there's the live tool. There's no data because it's early in the morning, but that's where you get access to that. But yeah, here's the plays. There was nothing I loved in pitching at all when I looked at this. You could make the case for Charlie Morton, but man, Colorado strikes out a lot. It's in Coors. The juice is on the under at the -156 spot, but I have a really hard time pulling the trigger on something like that in Coors. I lean the under, but again, hard time pulling the trigger on that in Coors. But so I just don't want to stay. If I'm going to play that, I'm playing the under. But again, that was one I looked at. Again, Lambert, even though we have it projected over, one of those things I just can't do. Not in Coors Field. I'm not going to touch those pitchers at all. So I think what we're going to do here is let's go over and check out some of the wins that we had. Diddy's plays last 2 days. This is what you get when you do the pick side of it. Smoked it, 5-0 yesterday. Really well on Sunday. Big slate today. Hit for $3,000 on Underdog yesterday, which is fantastic. 2,500 here in WNBA for Discord member Jay Heron 94. Congrats to him. And then, a little free. You love the free flex place. And he was able to turn this into a little 5 rack here for Linksys in our Discord. So, a lot of big wins yesterday. Here's just a few of them I just wanted to show you. But let's get back to the plays. And again, I said we're going back to the board here. We're going back to the well here. I'm going back to Matt Olson. He got us there yesterday on that triple, a couple walks. But that bullpen got used a ton. Austin Gomber got hurt in the 3rd inning, so he only pitched two and 2/3 inning, and then they had to go 4 relievers there. So that bullpen got taxed pretty heavily yesterday. 29 pitches for Doyle, 38 for Kaufman, 27 for Bard, 16 for Justice here. So again, it got taxed pretty hard. And then Lawrence and Bird, who didn't pitch, they pitched 19 and 17 on Sunday. So yeah, over the last 3 days, Doyle's thrown 40 pitches, Kaufman 38, Bard 36, Justice 32. So half the bullpens got taxed pretty good. So, and it's not going to be good for them. I mean, if you look at their bullpen just in general over the last 30 days, 272 ISO and 399 WOBA to lefties with only 11% strikeout rate. I'm sorry, 19% strikeout rate. And then the righties, only 16% strikeout rate last 30 days with a 192 ISO and a 371 WOBA. So bullpen getting lit up, and, they're strained a little bit here. And if we just look at Lambert, who he's going up against, Lambert struggles against lefties. Only a 14% strikeout rate last 30 days, 256 ISO with a 345 WOBA. And Matt Olson is crushing righties last 30 days. 333 ISO with a 456 WOBA, only a 17% strikeout rate and 18% walk rate, which is fantastic, and 81 plate appearances. So absolutely crushing it. Again, had that triple in the gap. I'm just going to go right back to it. I still don't think it's high enough with Coors. They have still a 7.6 implied run total, and you got this guy right in the heart of the lineup hitting cleanup. I'm going back to the well with him. I just, a lot of the times I don't do this, but the way that game went yesterday and the pitcher that's on the bump today, I'm going right back here. It's one of those things kind of a DFS too, man. You just print money if you play Atlanta guys, and I think that's going to be the case here for us again today. Going back to Ronald Acuna Jr., I'm going to go more on this, 11.5. I still think this is too low. He had that monster game yesterday. Monster game yesterday. 51 fantasy score yesterday. Just absolutely crushed it. Like you said, he's done really well in Coors in general. I mentioned a lot of those stats yesterday, but something we can kind of look at and jump on. But again, I'm going right back here, hitting leadoff, 216 ISO, 407 WOBA, only 12% strikeout rate, 10% walk rate. He loves to steal bases too. He grabbed two stolen bases yesterday. Those add up in a hurry. 11.5, gets one in the gap. He's going to get there. Yeah, no problem there at all. If we want to go to Peter Lambert on the other side, 185 ISO, 324 WOBA against righties. And like I said, that bullpen's kind of taxed a little bit, and they struggle as well. So it's one of those things. I'm just going right back to well with both of these guys. I generally don't like to do that, especially a guy that went off a massive game like that. But Acuna is one of those guys that when you kind of look at him, when he's had some big games, he follows it up no problem. I mean, if we go back early August, he put up a 47 spot and then put up 21, 18, 24. Got blanked one game, then 21, then 18. I mean, when he's hot, he's hot. So, yeah, I don't mind looking at this. Going to go right back to it. Acuna over 11.5. Let's talk about the one that I'm kind of on the fence with. We go back to the projection EV tool here. In number 2, if you notice, Aaron Judge. He's projected at 8.5 here, or we have him projected at 5.63. And the thing with Judge, he's going to be home run or bust, basically, is what he's been doing lately. And again, I'm not going to put this up as an official play. This is not an official play. I don't have the balls to play this, but I just wanted to mention something, just doing a little bit of research on him to maybe help you make your decision. The variance is just so high with him. So it's tough to pull the trigger on a guy like this, but just looking at Scooball a little bit against righties, he's got a really good, his fly ball rate is low. It's only 18% fly ball rate against righties, which is awesome. A .081 ISO, 302 WOBA, only a 5% walk rate. So, and a 28% K rate to righties. So he's been really good against righties. And so I can understand why the projection's so low here. But Judge, if he gets one, he goes home run, you're done. So it's like, if you think he can get through this game without getting a home run, and Scooball can go, I don't know, if he can go, 6 innings, and then we only have to worry maybe one at bat in the bullpen. If we kind of look at what the bullpen's been doing a little bit here, bullpen last 30 days against righties hasn't been too bad. 7% walk rate, only a 132 ISO, fly ball rate, 21%, not too high. So again, if you want to take a shot on that, I'm not going to make it an official play. I just wanted to mention some of the research I was doing. I have a hard time going against him. I think he's either going to get you 0 or he's going to get you a home run. So depending on if we want to play it. So last one we're going to go here, we're going to talk about is actually a combo play here. Let's see here. It's a combo hits, runs, and RBIs. So one of the ones I do like in this, just looking at everything, I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull up Rafael Devers and Jose Altuve. Boston has a 5.3 implied run total here. Houston on the other side is 4.9. So pretty high implied run totals on both sides. If we kind of look at JP France up for or on the bump for Houston, he struggles against lefties. Does have a 26% K rate, so it worries a little bit about Devers. But against righties, Devers only struck out 15% of the time with a 234 ISO and a 463 WOBA. I mean, he could go yard. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Giving up a 196, 263 WOBA against lefties. So, I don't mind taking a shot, with having Devers. And on the other side of the bump, you got, and I want to mention too, Rafael Devers. He's seen him once. He's seen France once, and he's 1 for 3 against him with a walk. So if we get him on base, maybe we can get an RBI or a run out of him. Maybe get a couple hits. And then Jose Altuve has been doing pretty well the last few games here, putting up hits in each of the last 4 games. Had a home run last night, but 1 for 4, 2 for 4, 1 for 5, 4 for 6. Getting an RBI here and there and a run here or there. So I don't mind that. Again, going up against Bello, kind of looking at what he has done. He's seen him once as well, and he was 1 for 3 against him. So looking at Bello against righties, 20% K rate over the last 30 days, but giving up a 188 ISO and a 353 WOBA against him. So Altuve leading off, again, not a high ISO, 0.097 ISO, but a 414 WOBA, low 16% strikeout rate, 13% walk rate. So yeah, having those guys up there, I don't mind it, again, with this massive, or not massive, but a high team total on both sides of it. And you got Altuve, both the guys at the top of the order. And I kind of looked at their bullpen a little bit as well. Houston didn't really use a ton of guys. So I think we're okay on that side of it. I'm not really too worried about that. It's not like in the Colorado game where they absolutely had to go the bullpen early with that injury. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Again, if we kind of look at what we have them projected at on this, we get, again, 5.44. So I'll take a shot with this hits, runs, and RBIs, and maybe we get Rafael going yard once. And, at least it would be a push and Jose can get across the board or a hit. So I don't mind taking a shot at this. Again, going right back to the well here with Atlanta. And that's what I'm looking at. And if you got the cojones to play less than on Judge, by all means, go for it. I just thought I'd mention a little bit of research that I did this morning. And again, if you want to join us over at Daily Edge Sports, we got all that stuff I showed you over here on our tool set. We're going to continue to add to this, again, not just PrizePicks. We got Underdog and Parlay Play as well. We're going to continue to add to these things. If you want models as well, MLB college football model, NFL and NBA, of course, are coming up as well. If you want to check these out, these are for more spreads and stuff like that. So again, appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We'll see what the tacos are when they come out, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.